Welcome to the What Does Science Say channel. So, have you ever wondered what actually happens inside your body when you commit to eating 4 eggs every single day? Honestly, most people have absolutely no idea. And what we're going to uncover in this explainer today is going to completely flip the script on everything you thought you knew. I mean, despite decades of fear, myths, and just widespread misinformation, eggs are still one of the most powerful, complete, and honestly misunderstood foods on the planet. Today, we're going to walk through the science, step by step, to see exactly how your energy, your metabolism, brain function, eyesight, and even your hormone balance transform when you make this one simple daily change.
Okay, let's dive into this. Because before we get into all the incredible benefits, we absolutely have to address the elephant in the room. I can hear you asking, won't eating this many eggs every day just send my cholesterol through the roof? It is for sure the single biggest fear people have. But let me just be perfectly clear right out of the gate. The answer is no. You can lower your defenses for a second, because the truth is it actually never did.
To understand exactly why that is, we need to look at Section 1, the Great Cholesterol Myth, debunking decades of fear.
So the reality completely shatters this old 1960s fear that the cholesterol you eat directly spikes the cholesterol in your blood. This whole idea was basically built on a foundation of sand, using really flawed, outdated research that has since been completely debunked. Modern science has proven that your liver actually produces the vast majority of your cholesterol internally. It's not coming from your food. When you eat eggs consistently, your liver simply adapts. It just produces less cholesterol to compensate. And it gets better. Your HDL, which is the good cholesterol, often goes up. And your LDL particles, they actually become larger, fluffier, and far less dangerous. Basically, eggs do not create those small, dense LDL particles that are linked to heart risks. They actually promote a much healthier, safer profile.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, nature's perfect protein source. Let's talk about biological value.
It's time to kind of strip away all the complexities surrounding protein. Think about a chicken breast or a piece of steak for a second. Beef sits at about an 80% biological value, and chicken is right around 79%. Now, these are muscle tissues, right? They're designed for movement, which means their proteins are dense and actually pretty hard for your body to break down. But the egg? The egg sits at a flawless, perfect 100%. Because an egg wasn't designed for movement. It was designed as the ultimate starter kit to literally grow complex life from a single cell. What this means for you is that every single gram of egg protein you eat is fully absorbed and immediately put to work by your body. Literally nothing is wasted. It is hands down the most highly efficient protein on Earth for repairing your muscles, producing hormones, and boosting your immune function.
But here's the thing. The protein is really only half the story. People almost always view eggs strictly as a protein source, but actually 65% of the egg is this highly efficient fuel coming straight from the yolk. When you eat lean meat, your body can really only convert a tiny fraction of that protein into energy. It's a very slow, inefficient fuel source. But those rich fats in the yolk, they change everything. This yolk fuel totally prevents those dreaded afternoon energy crashes. It stabilizes your blood sugar, and it keeps you feeling full and focused for 4 to 6 hours, instead of just 1.
By the way, you are listening to us from What Does Science Say? And seriously, if you think a perfect 100% protein score and stable all-day energy are impressive, just wait, because the biggest surprises about the egg's hidden properties are still coming up.
Welcome to Section 3, the ultimate maintenance crew, looking at your internal defenses. The egg literally acts as your body's personal maintenance crew. Hidden right inside the egg white are these incredible antimicrobial proteins. It's basically nature's antibacterial armor. They literally destroy harmful bacteria by breaking down their cell walls. And what about that super old myth that raw egg whites cause a biotin deficiency? Well, it's actually completely true if you're chugging 10 raw egg whites a day like Rocky. But simply cooking the egg completely destroys the compound responsible for that. So there is zero biotin risk when you just eat cooked eggs.
So a really crucial point is how eggs interact with our cellular biology, particularly through this amazing amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the master light switch for muscle synthesis, and eggs are absolutely loaded with it. When you sit down and eat 4 eggs, you are basically flipping that switch on, giving your body the massive signal it desperately needs to build and retain muscle. This is a complete game changer for anyone who exercises, and it's absolutely crucial for anyone over 40, because that's when our muscle mass naturally starts to slip away.
Now, let's look at how this builds into an even bigger systemic benefit: methylation. Remember, you're listening to us from What Does Science Say, and this concept is huge. Think of methylation as your body's deep cleaning maintenance crew for DNA repair, chemical detox, and overall brain function. If this process is running slow, you end up with brain fog, sluggish detoxing, and just constant fatigue. But here's the real kicker. Up to 40% of adults actually have a genetic weakness that makes this process super inefficient, and most of us have no idea. Eggs directly fix this. They supply natural choline, B12, and folate. Those are the exact raw materials your body requires to fuel methylation and finally clear up that brain fog.
And speaking of the brain, let's jump into Section 4, supercharging brain and eyes. Let's look at how the egg yolk helps elevate cognitive function and protects your vision.
Get a load of this concept: internal sunglasses. Hidden right inside that golden yolk are 2 incredibly powerful antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds actually accumulate directly in your retina. They act as a natural internal filter, literally acting like sunglasses for your eyes. They block damaging UV rays and that harsh blue light coming from your phone and computer screens. In fact, a lot of people who start eating eggs consistently report noticeably sharper night vision.
And the phenomenal vitamin payload really doesn't stop there. You've got phospholipids, which are these very special fats required to physically build fragile brain membranes, which boosts your memory and learning. You have vitamin K2, an essential nutrient that acts like a traffic cop, directing calcium into your bones where it actually belongs and keeping it away from your arteries. You get retinol, the true, highly bioavailable form of vitamin A for your immune health. And of course, vitamin D, which stabilizes your mood and regulates hormones. Your brain doesn't just like eggs, it is literally made out of the materials found inside them.
You are listening to us from What Does Science Say? Now that we've unlocked all the incredible science behind this superfood, let's talk about the practical application. How do you actually go to the store, shop for, and eat these eggs to get the maximum possible results?
Let's move into Section 5, buying and pairing your eggs to maximize the benefits, because not all eggs on the grocery store shelf are created equal, and honestly, what you eat them with matters just as much.
Navigating the egg aisle can be confusing, so here is your definitive egg carton ranking. Down at the bottom, we have caged eggs. This means high stress for the hens and a pretty poor nutrient profile. Next up is cage-free. It's slightly better, sure, but the birds are often still crowded inside huge barns. The really big jump in quality happens at pasture-raised. Here, hens have actual outdoor space and a much more natural diet, which leads to way richer nutrients in the egg. And the absolute gold standard is number 4, pasture-raised organic. This guarantees both a superior outdoor environment and chemical-free feed. But please, hear me clearly on this. If you are on a budget, even regular conventional eggs are vastly better for you than eating sugary breakfast cereals or pastries. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good here.
Now, to truly maximize these benefits, you want to use nutrient synergy. Pair your eggs with arugula. The healthy fats in the yolk literally boost your body's absorption of the green's antioxidants by up to 9 times. It's crazy. Add some onions to support your liver detox. Always crack some black pepper on top. The piperine in the pepper dramatically helps your body absorb the yolk's carotenoids. Throw in some tomatoes for heart-healthy lycopene, grab an avocado for some extra fiber, and cook the whole shebang in olive oil to protect all those precious nutrients from breaking down in the heat.
When we put all of this together, it brings us to this really powerful summary. Eating up to 4 eggs a day is one of the simplest and most affordable ways to nourish your muscles, brain, and hormones. It's just a profound, super simple daily dietary habit that offers an absolute masterclass in biological efficiency. But as powerful as eggs are completely on their own, what actually happens when you combine them with milk? The cascading effects on your bones, your hormones, and your metabolism become truly remarkable. We'll be covering that fascinating synergy in a future explainer. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you have not subscribed to our channel, be sure to subscribe and set the bell icon to the all option so that if we upload a new video, a notification will come to you and you will be informed. Please don't forget to like and give us energy with your beautiful comments. And send this video to your loved ones so we can be seen more.